often think of it as a singular experience, but it doesn't always wear the same face for everyone. Grief changes with us as we move through life, and it looks different depending on our age, our understanding, and the world around us. Today, I want to share about how grief can impact us in different stages of life in ways many of us do not even realize. When we talk about young children, those little souls from infancy to 5-year-old, the grief is often misunderstood. Many think that they're too young to understand what's going on. Even babies can feel the sense of loss. They do not have words to explain their pain, but their little bodies speak for them. You might see changes in their sleeping and eating patterns, a heightened sense of anxiety, signs of distress. Grief for them is like a thunderstorm in their little world where they once felt safe. As they grow a bit older, from preschool year, let's say around age 2 to 5, grief takes on a very different stage. At this stage, children think in very literal terms. So when we say we lost mom, they might say, oh, let's go find mom. Where is she? What happened? They'll repeat the story over and over and over again. And it's not because they don't understand, it's because they're trying to make sense of a reality that doesn't make sense at all. From age 6 to 9, grief becomes like an emotional roller coaster. They begin to grasp that death is final. They feel that intense mix of emotion. So sadness, anger, guilt. They might even take that burden on themselves, that maybe I did something that caused it. So it's if, like, for example, they might say, like, if I had been better like this, it might have not happened. It's heartbreaking to see them carry that burden. In middle childhood, the early teens, 10 to 13, grief become tangled in social dynamic. They start to worry about what will other people think about me. Would they not want to be my friend if they find out that I lost someone? I might not be too cool to hang out with them anymore. There is a battle that's raging inside them, a fear of being seen as someone who just lost someone. They might act out in unexpected ways as they struggle to know what's going on inside them. By the time they reach their teenage years, the grief often, teenage from 14 to 18, let's say, grief often takes on an existential quality. So that's the age they start to ask a big question. What does life mean? Why did it happen? What's my life without this person? They might seek out dangerous activities, try to escape the pain that's too big for them to handle. For young adults, 20 to 30, it shatters their sense of identity. These are the years that many of us are trying to realize what we want to do in our life, and we might ask the question, who am I without this person that I just lost? So these are the haunting questions. Grief in this stage can disrupt a lot of social connections that we rely on, leaving us feeling isolated, and the world moves forward and just one might be left behind. When we reach middle age, 40 to 60, grief often brings out a flood of regret. The missed opportunities, the unsaid words, the unfulfilled promises. We start to question, was I a good friend? Was I a good partner? Was I a good person? There's a time when secondary loss appear, the dream we never had, the future we never hold. And it's not about losing someone, it's losing all the things that we were supposed to do together. And in the final years of 60 or above, grief becomes a constant companion. At this stage, they have experienced multiple loss after loss, their sibling, even children, their family. They grieve not just for the people they have lost, but their own identity, their own independence, their own health, who's going to take care of them in the world. Yet they continue to find ways to hold on. It feels as if, like, like there's nothing left. Grief doesn't have one face, one form, or one pain. It's like a lifelong journey that we all go through in one way or another. Either it's acceptable by society or not. It just shows up in so many different ways. The one good thing is that we can help each other. We can share our stories. We can tell how we cope with our grief in our life. We can inspire people with our stories, and to find the courage to live with that grief for every single day of our life moving forward.